Good morning, students. Welcome to Alcaraz College online classes. Now we are continuing with the CD or NEET bits of solution topic. Now we'll do some more bits or we'll solve some more bits in this solution. First question is 25 centimeter cube of oxalic acid completely neutralizes 0.064 grams of NaOH. Molarity of oxalic acid solution is. Now they want the molarity. Then first we need to calculate. The given data is H2C2O4 oxalic acid is 25 ml. Centimeter cube means I can take 25 ml. Volume is this one. And what about the molarity they are asking? The information given here is it neutralizes, okay? It neutralizes weight of NaOH 0.064. Okay, this much weight. Now first of all, for neutralization they are given weight of NaOH, not the moles. So first let us see number of moles, then you can calculate the number of moles of oxalic acid requires. So what is number of moles of NaOH now? Number of moles of NaOH will be equal to weight of NaOH by molecular weight, no? So how many moles in this many grams, we need to know that. So number of moles of NaOH is equal to 0.064 divided by molecular weight is 40. Okay. So 0.064 by 40 means I can calculate this one as so it comes around 6 into 10 to the power of so it comes around 0.0 this is 64 into 10 power minus 3. So it will be 1.6 into 10 power minus 3. Means 0.0016 you will get this. Okay? 0.0016. Now you got the number of moles of NaOH. Then first calculate the number of moles of oxalic acid because you want molarity. For oxalic acid and NaOH, okay, what is the reaction? 2 moles of means oxalic acid means this one COOH H2C2O4. 1 mole of oxalic acid can react with how many moles of NaOH? 2 moles because 2H plus ions is there. So you get here 1 mole of sodium oxalate salt plus 2 mole water. That means One more oxalic acid for neutralization requires 2 moles NaOH. Now in the question we have 0.0016 moles is equal to how much? Okay. So 1 mole of oxalic acid requires 2 moles of NaOH. Now we have 0.0016. So that means X is equal to now X moles of this one is equal to, here it is given 25 moles or 25 ml. So that we will look after. But first let us do like this. 2x is equal to this one, or this one is 0.0016 by 2. X will be this much. So how many moles now? 0.00 and this is 8. So number of moles of oxalic acid is 0.008. But the volume here given 25. So what should be the molarity now? Molarity is equal to number of moles of oxalic acid is 0.008 into 1000 divided by volume is given in how much? 25 ml. Is given in 25 ml. So once you solve this, okay, you get 0.032, that is 8 divided by 25, right? So the answer is option A, 0.032. Okay. So first what we have taken is volume of oxalic acid, then we want molarity, weight of NaOH given. Number of moles from the weight calculated this much. Then you know that according to neutralization, 1 mole of acid reacts with 2 moles of base. So according to that we calculated moles, then substituted in molarity formula. Clear? So option is 1. Next one is solution of two liquids which distills with unchanged composition at constant temperature is. Now in case of solutions mixing, we have seen positive deviation, negative deviation. In both of them you will observe that the minimum boiling azeotrops and maximum boiling azeotrops. First of all, what is azeotrope? Azeotropes means the solutions which have constant composition or same composition in vapor phase as well as in the liquid phase, aqueous phase. Such type of mixture is called azeotropic mixture. So they are saying that two liquids will be unchanged composition, then at a constant temperature they are saying. So that is example of which mixture it is? Azeotropic mixture. What are azeotropic mixtures? The mixtures that have same proportion, same composition in vapor phase or liquid phase. That is that. Next question is, which of the following correlative properties can provide a molar mass of proteins with greatest precision? Generally, molar mass calculated from correlative properties, whether it may be elevation of the boiling point or depression of the freezing point, or relative lowering of vapor pressure and osmotic pressure. 4 are there. Out of that, for calculating the molecular mass of macromolecules. Macromolecules means proteins, enzymes, lipids, or whatever you take, that biomolecules basically. Because at high temperature, low temperature, or at higher pressures, those molecules can get denatured. So the best method to measure the molecular mass of the macromolecules like proteins, enzymes and all is osmotic pressure method. Osmotic pressure method, because it is simple method. There is no high heating or no decreasing of temperature or no high pressure. Okay. Next. During depression or freezing point in a solution, the following are in equilibrium. Okay. So liquid solvent, solid solvent, liquid solvent, solid solute, liquid solute, solid solute, liquid solute, solid solvent. Now we are talking about the depression of freezing point. If you remember the graph for depression of freezing point, if you observe the graph, depression of freezing point, you will take temperature in kelvins like this, and here it is taken temperature and like this you will get the graph. Pressure is taken. This is taken T0F. This is taken TF, freezing point of solution. Here it is liquid solvent. Here it is frozen solvent or frozen solution, and this is liquid solution. Okay, liquid solution. So they are asking which one are in equilibrium at freezing point. Okay, depression in freezing point. Okay, liquid solvent, solid solvent. Here frozen means solid, solid solvent, solid solution and solid solvent, liquid solvent. Liquid solvent, solid solute. Solute we not take here. Solute we not consider. So solute here, solute here, not here. So what is the correct option? Liquid solvent and frozen solvent or solid solvent is the answer. Those two are equilibrium at freezing point. Okay? Those two are equilibrium at freezing point. Next question is, blood cells do not shrink in blood because blood is. Now you know that blood is actually consisting of major proportion is water and remaining are RBC, blood plasma and different components of the blood. They are asking blood cells means RBC do not shrink in blood. They will not undergo shrinking or swelling in the blood. Why? When shrinking and when swelling can happen, whenever there is hypotonic or hypertonic condition, then plasmolysis or you can expect the this one shrinking and swelling of the blood, right, or not blood cells. But they are saying in the blood they will not shrink or they will not swell. Why? Because whenever the outside atmosphere and inside the cell same osmotic pressure is there, then only that is possible. Or else the cells may shrink, okay, or they may undergo swelling, okay. So that is whenever the condition is isotonic, then only RBC can survive without shrinking, without swelling. So isotonic. 5 ml of acetone is mixed with 100 ml water. The vapor pressure of water above the solution is. Now 5 ml of acetone we are taking and the vapor pressure of water above the solution they are asking. Now you need to remember here acetone when it is mixed with water, okay, acetone when it is mixed with water, solute solvent attractions, hydrogen bonding is greater than that of solute and solvent attractions. Solute and solvent attractions. Means it is which type of this one is happening here. Whenever there is more attraction between solute and solvent particles, then it results in negative deviation, right or not? Raoult's law, negative deviation. So that means here, due to more attraction between the solute solvent, the vapor pressure upside the liquid will decreases. Okay, vapor pressure, that is nothing but lowering of the vapor pressure takes place. So lowering of vapor pressure is occurring because there is stronger attraction affinity hydrogen bonding between solute and solvent because of acetone and water. That means vapor pressure should be actually less than that of the pure water vapor pressure, right or not? Yes. Next. Next question is, a 0.001 molar solution of platinum NH3 taken for Cl4 in water had a freezing point depression of 0.0054 degrees centigrade. If Kf is 1.80, the correct formula of the molecules is. First given molarity is 0.001. They are saying that depression in the freezing point is delta Tf is 0.0054 degrees. They are given that water Kf value is 1.8 and they are asking what is the correct formula. What is the correct formula means you should know first of all I value, want of factor. If you know the I value, want of factor, then only you can know how many ions the molecule when dissolved in water can produce. If you know the I value, wanted factor only, then you can say which is the correct formula. So let's calculate want of factor, then you can calculate the correct formula. So according to the formula, depression in the freezing point, delta Tf is equal to I into Kf into molarity. This is 0.0054 is equal to I into Kf is 1.8 into molarity is 0.001. Right? Next. Now, if I want I from this, then I is equal to, I can write this one 0.0054 divided by 1.8 into 0.001 I can write now. The same thing I am writing this side now. Simple calculation purpose, I is equal to, I am writing 54 into 10 to the power of minus 4 because here 4 digits you need to consider 4 decimal point, right? Next. This is 18 into, okay, 18 into 10 power minus 1, right or not? It is 18 into 10 power minus 1. This can be written as 10 power minus 3. 10 power minus 3. That means I is equal to 54 by 18 into 10 power minus 4 by 10 power minus 4 it will be. Okay. So this gets cancelled. That means I is equal to 54 by 18. I is equal to 54 by 18 means in 18 how many times the 54 was 2, it is 16. Then it is 2 is 2, it is 3. So let me take here 3. 3 8s it is and 3 4 5. So it goes 3 times. It goes how many times? 3 times. So I value is 3. If I value is 3, then how many ions are produced after dissociation? 3 ions. That means I need to write 2 chlorines outside. Na? So let me write like that. You see the dissociation NH3 taken for Cl2 Cl2. If I have written like this, then what will be the ionization? Platinum NH3 taken for Cl2 2 plus 2 minus ions, no? 2 chloride ions now. So this is 1 ion, this is 2 ions, so totally 3 ions are produced. So 2 chlorines must be outside, so I factor is 3. So where is that option? Option is B. Option B is correct. Okay. Now in this first option is given only 1 chlorine outside. Only 1 chlorine is outside. So second option is given 2 chlorines outside. And third option is given 3 chlorines outside. Then in the fourth option nothing is given in this. All are in the inside only. So which option is correct? 2 chlorines are outside is correct. So that is 1 of factor 3. Okay. Thank you for now. We will continue in the next class.